Hello everyone! Today's video is going to be my eyeshadow palette collection. I love watching these videos from other people because I'm really nosy, so I figured why not do one myself. So yeah, I don't have much of an intro today, but if you guys want to see some of the eyeshadow palettes that I have, just keep watching. Okay, so first we're going to start out with my palettes from Too Faced. The first one I'm going to show you guys is the original chocolate bar palette. Hi Kayla. What are you doing? What? So this is the original chocolate bar palette. Everyone has this, everyone talks about it on YouTube. It's absolutely amazing. This is my favorite palette to travel with just because it has everything that you'll possibly need. It has so many transition shades. My favorite one is salted caramel and milk chocolate, but I love semi-sweet too. Every palette needs a bronze or a gold, so it's nice that they have creme brulee in here. I also really love this cherry cordial color, which is a nice aubergine, which is nice like maroon auburn color. I have no idea why I said that, but yeah, this is one of my favorite palettes, and I actually also go in with this champagne truffle color as a highlight on the cheeks. It's also nice that they have this triple fudge color, which I use on the tail end of my eyebrows. So yeah, this is my favorite palette to travel with just because it's everything you'll need. I can use it for my eyebrows, my highlight, my eyeshadow. It's perfect. So that's the original chocolate bar palette. Now the next palette is the Chocolate Bonbon palettes. If you guys watched my holiday haul, you know that I was deciding between keeping this one and the second chocolate bar palette. But I ended up keeping this one just because I felt like it was more out of my comfort zone. This palette has a lot more cool shades, which I need to get used to, and so it has a lot more of these pinky shades too. I really want to dip into this Totally Fetch color just because it's out of my comfort zone, and I think it'd be really, really pretty for Valentine's Day. Another reason why I kept this palette was because of this color right here. It's called Cafe au Lait, which I'm from New Orleans, so I mean, why not? Like, it's the French Quarter. If you ever go to New Orleans, go to Cafe du Monde and get a frozen cafe au lait. It's amazing. I love this matte red brown color. I think it's absolutely amazing on the outside of my eyeshadow looks. Again, I also take this shimmery highlight color, Satin Sheets, and I put it as a highlight on my cheekbones. I don't like shimmery highlights underneath my eyebrows. That's why I'm glad they have a matte one as well. I'm also excited to sip into this Earl Grey color because I've never seen anything like it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to trying some of these eyeshadows out. Now the last palette I have from Too Faced is the Too Faced Natural Eye Palette. Now if you look at it, this is the bulky ass packaging. This is the old one. I don't use it anymore just because it's so old, but I do like to keep it just because the colors are so pretty. If you look at the new palettes, the couple different shades are actually different. They changed the Velvet Revolver shade, Nude Beach, and Cocoa Puff, but overall it's a general idea. It's a nude shade, another champagne-ish color, and then a color is called Cocoa Puff. In the new palette it's called Chocolate Martini, but overall it has the same like brown reddish kind of vibe. Yeah, so it's a very, very warm brown. I absolutely love this palette. You can use it for anything. Again, it has a matte brown shade which I can use on the tail end of my eyebrows. It has a crease color which is perfect, a gold. I love the matte white highlights, so I'm glad they have Heaven, and I'm glad it's very big too. I absolutely love this Nude Beach color, so I'm kind of sad that it's not in the new palette, but overall it's okay because I'm probably not going to buy it anytime soon. This is old packaging, so it actually comes with a brush which I can use if I can get it out, which is a good shape for your eyebrows too. So I really do recommend this palette. It's awesome. But yeah, go with the new formula. Next we're going to go in with our Naked palette. So the first one I'm going to show you guys is the Naked 2 Basics. So this is what it looks like when you open it. This is a lot of cool tone colors as well. I got this for my birthday. When I originally saw it, I thought this would be a nice everyday color just because of the simple range of different crease colors and things like that. But overall I don't really like it because I don't like these cool tones on my eyes. I feel like when I use each different color in my crease, they all kind of blend together and look kind of muddy. I really love this color for all over the lid. If I'm going for something natural, I will just put this all over the lid and then just blend one of these colors into crease and keep it like that. This skin color is also really pretty for the inner corner of the lid. And then I like this Undone color again for the tail end of my eyebrows. But overall, if you like cool tone eyeshadows, I do recommend this. But if you don't, I would go more towards the original Naked Basics palette. I have the original Naked palette. I'm not really going to go much into this because everyone knows what this looks like. If you can tell, mine is very old, very faded. I don't use this much anymore. This is my favorite of the 4 Naked palettes though because it's my kind of colors. It's very warm. I love the bronzes. I love the buck shade. I don't need too many mattes, so I do like I don't need too many mattes, so I'm not really upset there's only 2 like a lot of people are. The reason why I keep this palette around is because the sidecar color. This is the only color that I still use in this palette because I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. It's like the perfect like taupey champagne. I think it's beautiful all over the lid. And yeah, that's my favorite color. But yeah, since everyone's seen this and it's been talked about to death, I'm not really going to go much into the Naked palette anymore. So the next palette I have is the Naked 3 palette. This is the third palette in the collection. When you open it, this is more of the rose gold and mauve-ish colors. It's very pretty, and I'll probably try to go more into this during Valentine's Day, but overall I don't really gravitate towards this palette a lot. Because of the way my eyes are set up, if you can tell, I don't really have a lot of lid space, so whenever I use one of these light colors on the lid and go in with one of these darker colors like on the outer V, you can't really tell a difference between the eyeshadow looks. But if you have a bigger lid space and you can actually tell the difference between these colors when they're on your eyes, I would recommend it because the colors are really, really pretty and the quality is amazing. I really love this black heart color. I think it's absolutely stunning, and I've never seen an eyeshadow like this, at least not in my collection. And again, I love the matte highlights. So overall, this is really pretty. Oh, and even though there's not like a brown crease color, these nooner shades and this limit shade is really pretty in the crease. So that's the Naked 3 palette. Oh, and I don't like this packaging. I think it's really ugly. The last Naked palette I have is the Urban Decay Smokey. And when you open it up, it looks like this, and it's really pretty. I got this for my birthday as well. Honestly, I don't really gravitate towards this palette as much as I should because I feel like even though there's a lot of shimmers, I feel like this could be an everyday palette as well as a more dramatic look. This is really the only crease color here. It's called Combust. It's more light, but I feel like if you go in with the light hand of Whiskey, it'd be really pretty. And then Whiskey's also a nice color for your brow bones or your outer V and your crease and everything. This Dirty Sweet color is a very, very nice gold. I like that it's lighter and not too on the yellow side or the orange side. This high color is really pretty on the inner corners of your eyelids or all over the lid. Again, a lot of these shimmer colors are very pretty. I just don't find myself gravitating towards it because most of them do come across very dark, and I feel like because my eyes are so small, I can't have too many dark eyeshadows on my lids just because it ends up closing them off. So I like to go in with the colors like High, Dirty Sweet, and 13 just because I feel like it opens up my eyes more. Overall, this is a really nice palette. I do recommend it, but it's not my favorite, but it could be a everyday palette and a travel palette. So that's the Urban Decay Smokey. And now I'm going to show you guys my only palette that I have from the Balm. If you can tell, this is a little bit worn out. This is the Meet Mad Nude palette. And when you open up, I cracked the mirror in here because I sat on it. But that's another story. This palette has a lot of love. You can't really tell just because the colors are so big. This is the Meet Matte Nude palette from the Balm, and in my opinion, this is the perfect everyday eyeshadow palette. The only thing that's missing is a black because this Matte Johnson color is more of like a dark gray, and I don't really go into it that much. But I love the different shades of brown because you can really build up a nice transition in your crease, which is really pretty. These two colors are Matte Abdul and Matte Hung. They're very cool tone colors, but although I don't like that many cool tone colors on my eyes, I have found this to work and it looks really pretty. I like having Matte Lombardi all over the lid and mixing Matte Lombardi and Matte Malloy as a highlight. I think that's really pretty, and I think it's more natural than like a complete white highlight. Yeah, I love all the shades in the palette. This is great for the crease. It is a little bit more on the peachy side, but then once you go into this with a bigger fluffy brush and then you go into this with a more defined brush, it looks really pretty in your crease. So I highly recommend this palette because I do feel like it's worth the money just because every shade in here is usable. Although I did say that I don't go for the Matte Johnson shade as much because I like a black. A lot of other people might not want something so harsh, so a dark gray color would be really nice. And so I feel like I do show all these colors a lot of love. I use almost every single color most of the time. I do use every single color, and I think that because of that, it's worth the money. And so I highly recommend this one. Alright, let's go on to some of my favorites. These are the Morphe palettes. I have two to show you guys. The first one I'm going to show you guys is the 35F. I got this from Chris's from my family member, Vincent. Thanks, Vincent. So these are so freaking pretty. Okay, so the one thing about this palette is that if you don't like a lot of shimmers, you're not going to like this because basically from here to here, all these colors are shimmer colors and they have a nice row of mattes on the bottom. I honestly don't know why I chose this palette. I just thought it was in a lot of pretty colors, but I'm honestly not going to go into this that much. However, I think all of these shimmer colors would be very pretty all over the eyelids. Again, I don't like shimmery highlights, but over the eyelids I think they'd be really pretty. And you get a lot of variety with, although there's a lot of pink tones, there are different variations of them, which I think is really pretty. And also, if they are really similar, it's like an eyeshadow that lasts a really long time, which is nice. My favorite part about this palette is this row of eyeshadows though. I didn't even notice this whenever I put this on my wish list. These row of eyeshadows is the perfect for your everyday because you can go in with these colors, this color all over the lid, one of these colors in the crease, and you just start deepening it up. And then I love this matte red too. I think this matte red is really, really pretty on the outer corner of your eyelids and on the outer part of your crease. So once you build it up with these colors, I think it's a really pretty eye look on your eyes. And then it comes with a matte black, which is also really nice for to smoke it out a little bit more. I don't like a complete matte eyeshadow look. I like to go in with these shades, like I said, put this on the lid, put these into the crease, and just start deepening it up. And then I like to go in with the shimmery colors and put it on the inner corner and the first half of my eyelid, and the eyeshadow looks look really pretty. And the only thing I complain about these Morphe palettes is that they're really affordable, but they don't come with a mirror. I wouldn't mind paying like a little extra money for a mirror in my opinion, but overall for the price that you pay, it's really good quality. Now, this is the best palette that I've ever found from Morphe. It's my absolute favorite. It's a lot of people's favorites. This is a warm lover's dream. This is the 350 palette. And if you open it up, this is what it looks like. Isn't it beautiful? The thing about this palette is I feel like they made really good decisions on what colors to be shimmery and what colors to be matte. Like, this color is absolutely stunning. If you guys can see that. Can you see that? This color is absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful pink champagne color. I love having it all over the lid, especially working with these orange shades over here. I love orange eyeshadows, which is the main reason why I purchased this palette. These bronze shades are really pretty too. And then I feel like there's so many crease colors that you're never going to run out of this palette. This palette's going to last you such a long time. These burnt orange colors are just so beautiful for brown eyes, for hazel eyes, everything like that. If you guys watched some of my last videos, I used this palette in it when I had the orange on my, when I had the orange in my crease and I had this color all over the lid. It's absolutely stunning. I'll link it in a card so you guys know what I'm talking about, but I really don't know what else to say about this palette. I love it. It's absolutely beautiful. This could be an everyday eyeshadow color just for me, just because of how much I love oranges. I know I'm talking really fast, but this palette is just absolutely amazing and I can't say enough good things about it. So good job, Morphe, and again, I just wish I had a mirror, but it's okay. Alright, next I think I'm going to go into some of my more affordable palettes. So I guess I'm going to start with this one, the Reveal palette from Coastal Scents. This is the original Reveal palette, which is supposed to be a dupe for the Naked palette and the Lorac palettes. These colors are really pretty. They have really good quality. Again, it doesn't have a mirror, which I'm really upset about, but I mean, I'll get over it. It's really inexpensive. So it has a lot of nice crease colors. The thing I do find is that they are a little bit powdery, but as long as you tap off the excess on your brush, it's going to end up okay. So I find that this is a mix of different dupes for the Naked palette and the Lorac Pro palette. I feel like the top row is more so towards the Naked palette, if you can look at that. It looks like they have a dupe for Buck, Naked, Sin, Virgin, everything like that. A half-baked color, a nice smog color. So because I don't use this palette anymore, it's nice that I have a more affordable option, and it does seem like it's going to last me a long time as well, just because there are more eyeshadows in here. I like that it has a matte black instead of a shimmery black like the original Naked palette. So overall this palette is about $19 I think, but I think it's always on sale. So yeah, I don't really have much to say about this just because you've seen neutral palettes everywhere. This is a nice affordable option if you don't really have that big of an eyeshadow collection, you want to try out some more eyeshadows for get some bang for your buck, then I would try this out from Coastal Scents because it's pretty nice. Next from Coastal Scents, I have the Fall Festival palette. This is my favorite palette from Coastal Scents, but not because of the practicality of it. When you open it up, it has a mirror, which is really nice, and then the packaging is also very sturdy. I did rearrange the colors in here because you can pop them out, but this palette is just absolutely stunning. The thing is that this is not a palette that you can use on your own. So if you're traveling, I would bring along a neutral palette so you can have like transition colors and things like that. But this is a really nice matte highlight. This is a more shimmery color that is nice all over the lid, or if you do like shimmery highlights. This color I absolutely love. I think this is called Bright Copper. This is called Bright Copper, which I don't really understand. I think it's more like a rose gold copper, but I mean, it's pretty. It's one of my favorite shades in here. It has a nice orange shade. I don't really gravitate towards this one as much just because it's more satin finish and it's very, very light. I prefer like a dark matte orange like in the Morphe palettes. It has two nice greens. They're absolutely stunning. I'm probably going to go into these for Mardi Gras. I mean, the quality is amazing. It has a mirror. The packaging's awesome. You can remove them. You can put them in a Z palette. I think Coastal Scents did a really good job with this. So I'm really happy about that. This is my favorite palette from Coastal Scents. Now the last palette I have from Coastal Scents is this 26 Shadow Blush palette. If you guys watch my holiday haul, you know that I picked one up for myself as well. When you open it up, it looks like this. Again, it doesn't have a mirror and the packaging is very cheap. In my opinion, this one doesn't really keep up with the quality that I have seen from Coastal Scents, and I don't think that it's not extremely bad because, again, it's not very expensive, but I feel like if you're going to put something out, you need to put something out with quality. A lot of these shades are a little bit chalky and they're not very pigmented, and these are supposed to be 5 blush shades, but for my skin tone, these are the only 3 that I can use for blush. This is a shimmery red and it's a matte plum color. I feel like if you have darker complexion, this might work for you, but then again, I would never put a shimmery red color as my highlight. I feel like that would be too dramatic. This actually kind of matches this color right here, which is an eyeshadow, so it's kind of like a bigger eyeshadow, which I guess is fine because I do like red, so I'll probably use that as an eyeshadow instead. And again, with this would be a nice eyeshadow for the outer crease. Overall, it's not that big of a deal because it didn't break my bank, but overall, I still don't recommend this palette. But if you want to try it out, just try it out because it's not horrible. So that's from Coastal Scents. Since we're on the topic of affordable palettes, I thought I should go in with this one from BH Cosmetics. This is the Makeup by Mandy palette. It's also the only eyeshadow palette that I have from BH Cosmetics. So when you open up, it looks like this. This used to be my go-to everyday eyeshadow color because eyeshadow palette, just because it was very, very practical and it's very me. I think she did a really good job picking out these colors. I like the matte highlight. There's two shimmery colors that are a little bit different. This is a perfect crease color. If you're going to have one matte color, it should be the crease color, and it is a nice mid-tone brown. So you can build it up or tone it down depending on your skin complexion. So what I liked to do was I like to put this all over the lid to set my eyeshadow primer, and then I would go in with this in the crease. I would put one of these colors on the inner half of my eyelid. I would take this green color and put it on the outer V, and then I would just put a little bit black on the outer eyeshadow. And I thought it was really pretty. I used to do this all the time. That's why a lot of these colors have a little bit of a dent in them. So yeah, I know this is kind of old, but I still use it because the quality still keeps up, and I think BH Cosmetics did a really good job, and I think Amanda Still did a good job too. So this is actually one of my favorite palettes, and I wouldn't mind traveling with this either. Okay, next is the Lorac Pro palette. This is the only palette I have from Lorac. I do want the second one, and I would love to try the Lorac Mega Pros. But this was gifted to me for Christmas a couple years ago, and I made a dent in a couple of these colors. This garnet color is really, really pretty, and then I used to wear this a lot in high school because my colors were garnet. This gold color is absolutely amazing. This is one of my favorite golds. I actually used this palette for my prom look, and I'm probably going to do a tutorial with that come prom season. I did a purple eyeshadow look with light pink, mauve, and deep purple, which is really, really pretty. I love this sable color. I think it's the perfect mid-tone brown. This espresso color is really pretty too, and I like having it on the tail end of my eyebrows. Taupe is a perfect transition shade. Cream is my type of highlight. This white color is a little bit, it feels a little bit different. I don't like having it on my eyes as much, but I did kind of use it up a little bit. You guys have seen reviews on these products a lot. The Lorac Pro palettes are known for having amazing quality, and the top rows are matte, the bottom rows are shimmer. I don't need to go on very much because you guys know that this is amazing, and this is an amazing travel palette as well. So if you don't have it, I would suggest go checking it out. Alright, so we're almost done here. I only have 3 more palettes to show you guys. So this one is the Urban Decay Vice palette. I don't know what number it is. I want to say it's like the 3rd, but I'm really not sure. This is the one with the green packaging. I think the front's ugly. I'll just say that right now. I don't like the front, but I mean, packaging is not going to stop me from buying a product. Now, if you can't tell, I'm trying to focus it, but if you can't tell, these eyeshadows get very, very messy. These eyeshadows are very chalky though. That's why you can kind of tell a lot of these brown colors are in these colors over here, which is really pretty. So that's kind of bothersome that you have to keep cleaning it. These colors are very, very pretty. This nice dragon shade in the freeze color. I used this for a mermaid tutorial that I did with my friend before for my senior project. Yeah, I just feel like a lot of these colors are very chalky. It's more so these 4 colors that I find are the most chalky. My favorite color in this palette is actually this last Sin color. I use this color Alchemy a lot. This is probably my favorite color in this palette. I think it's a very pretty magenta color. This Sonic color is really pretty too. Again, it's like a nice garnet color, which I used in high school. This just isn't one of my favorite palettes. I just keep it around in case I'm feeling like using some more colors, but for an Urban Decay palette, this isn't one of my favorite when it comes to quality. So next palette I have is this palette from Urban Decay. I don't know what it's called. It's very old. I never purchased this myself. It was actually a hand-me-down thing when I was getting into makeup. So don't think I'm like gross because I know it's really old, so I don't really use it that much. But I keep it around. Like, I don't even know what was in this stuff. I didn't have any of this stuff whenever it was given to me. And there's like a USB. So yeah, I don't really use this palette just because it's so old, but I kind of wish I could because although this isn't like an everyday kind of palette, I am a sucker for like very pretty neutral shimmery colors. So this Midnight Rodeo color is so stunning. Like, I don't even know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? I don't know. The camera just doesn't do it justice because it's absolutely stunning. It's a sparkly taupe color. I absolutely love it. This Lost color is amazing too. It's kind of like a darker version of that. Even though this palette's older, I find that this Sin color in this palette has a lot better quality than the Sin in my Naked palette, and the colors are a little bit different too. So I don't know if they reformulated over the years, but I did notice that. This Midnight Cowboy color is really pretty too. It's like an off-white yellow sparkly shade. I just keep it around just because I just like swatching eyeshadows. Like, do you ever just go around to your eyeshadow palette and you just start swatching everything when you're bored? I do that a lot. And I just love swatching this Midnight Rodeo color just because it's so pretty. And I don't really purchase individual shadows that much, but because I love this shade so much, I would probably go and purchase that eventually. That and Side Color are my favorite colors from Urban Decay. Alright, now the last palette I have to show you guys is this palette from Victoria's Secret. I don't use this as much. I got it from my mom. This is what it looks like. The eyeshadows are really small. I mean, the quality is okay. I just never really go for it just because I have so many other palettes. You open it up. It looks like that, if you can tell. And it comes with lip colors that I have tried out sometimes, but I don't like lip palettes like this. I would rather it be in a tube and come with like a wand or whatever. These brushes, I mean, I don't use. I do like the sponge applicators though. I haven't really used this mascara that much, but if I would put it on my lower eyelashes just because it's so small. So that's that. And the main thing that I use when it comes to this palette is actually this part, which is the face palette. Whenever I'm running out of like under eye powder, I would just go into this just because it's there. This probably doesn't do much because it's a little bit too light for my skin tone, so it would probably be a nice like transition color, but again, I haven't really tried that out. The ones that I have tried out the most are this middle shade right here for under my eyes and these blush shades, because I don't buy a lot of blushes because blush isn't really my thing. Like, I would rather spend my money on like an eyeliner or a foundation. Like, I love foundations and powders, but when it comes to blushes, I'm not super picky, so it's nice that these are pretty much all matte, and so there's a nice variety too if I'm ever feeling like whatever. Like, this is a nice cool tone mauve purple and just everything like that, so I keep this palette around just to use the blushes. Okay, so that's all the eyeshadow palettes that I have in my collection. I do have a lot of like individual eyeshadows and the little quads and stuff like that, but I did feel like I should show that in my eyeshadow palette collection. So yeah, that's it for my eyeshadow palette collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if it was a little bit too long. I just enjoy listening to people talk and seeing what people have in their collection, so I decided to do one for myself. Yeah, if you like these kinds of videos, give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I put up videos whenever I can. I'm in school now, so it's kind of hard to film. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.